Welcome to all of you. So nice to see so many known faces. It's been quite a while for some of you.
So this is really our first event after a long time, a hybrid.
And this was what came up to me after the virtual meeting yesterday, being here today and saying finally, there you are.
Trainers is always a great way to bring people together, and I expect for us to be able to keep in contact and stay in touch.
It is a unique opportunity to meet Fulbright American participants, especially this year after the pandemic. It has been quite rejuvenating.
I expect from the trainers meeting to build confidence on the subject, to gain in ideas and training methods, to meet interesting colleagues and exchange instruction models and project ideas.
Every one of us brings rich and diverse experiences together. So we have some distinguished speakers that are going to be sharing their expertise and knowledge, but we expect that everyone in this room has a lot to offer and interact with us.
Fulbright is the flagship educational and cultural exchange program of the United States in partnership with more than 160 countries. Greece holds a very special place in the global Fulbright community, as it was the first Fulbright program in Europe and the second globally. Since 1948, it has served as an educational, cultural, scientific and intellectual bridge between the United States and Greece.
More than 6,000 US and Greek citizens have received scholarships. The multiplier effect of the scholarships is one of the powerful tools of the Fulbright program.
One of the programs offered is scholarships to educators, primary and secondary school educators, with a special focus on public schools from throughout Greece. These programs offer the opportunity to meet with educators from other countries.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shirley McLaughlin.
My name is Eleni Likou.
My name is Daphne Padopoulou and I teach English at the Leros Evening School.
I'm a professor of social science education and history education at the University of Central Florida.
I'm an 8th grade science and social studies teacher from Edgar, Louisiana.
This year, the topics are technology in the classroom and mental well-being, two current and related topics.
During the first and the second lockdown, we were forced to realize and accept that there are not enough technological equipment to support the role of schools as hubs of education. So I highlight the use of new media and social media as multipliers of the voice of young learners, as advocates of learners' rights.
Multimodal literature is a body of literary texts that combines verbal and non-verbal modes of representation, such as photography, maps, typographic variation, design, and so on.
The great challenge is how we can incorporate technology in pedagogy, because this is the idea. I mean, it is not just to get familiar with the use of technological tools, but to use these tools in pedagogic ways.
There's a lot of activity surrounded by robotics. There are a lot more schools that are actually incorporating robotics and computer technology within their curriculum. It helps students to think critically. It helps them to be problem solvers and think about those 21st century skills that are necessary for them to be successful in the coming world. I find that the school systems here are encouraging students to pursue those STEM courses and engage in robotics.
Also, students are eager to utilize new learning tools and to learn resources. One of those model innovative methods of instruction and learning is gamification of education and the visual curriculum that through specific modes of instruction and specific tools could provide a solution to the engagement of students.
In the workshop today, I mainly worked with some specific items that came from the Virginia Center for Digital History. And so this set of letters that we analyzed today was looking at the life of a young man, he was only 16 at the time, who fought in the American Civil War. So with teaching with primary sources, we can use virtual or actual physical items. We spend time in finding ways to implement and integrate these activities, these approaches, these pedagogical practices in teaching with primary sources
They've done studies in the United States and they've found that depression in children and young adults and anxiety has significantly increased with the pandemic. Some of it, I think, is due to lack of socialization and the difficulties that occur trying to get used to a new type of teaching, both on the part of the teacher as well as the students.
Everyone was really stressed during the pandemic, and we've experienced really difficult and stressing and life-changing situations. So I think it's important as an educator to address those because they do affect the teaching environment and the learning environment.
The first step in creating any kind of successful classroom is to make sure that your students feel safe and cared for within the classroom.
One of the gifts, if one can say, and lessons learned, and there were many during the pandemic, is to make even better use of technology. Basically creating programs that are hybrid and complement what we can do online by meeting in person. Since 1948, Fulbright Greece has navigated through adverse circumstances, establishing the foundation in a war-ravaged country, going through years of dictatorship, the financial crisis, and then the pandemic. What remains unchanged through the years is Fulbright's commitment to educational exchanges, its fairness, equity, and inclusion. But what is also essential is the friend-raising element, the donors that support the foundation over the years and have assisted us to expand the program and offer opportunities like the program we're looking at today, the Train the Trainers.